guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome, I'm Lisette. And guys, today I've got a bit of a different video because I want to talk about some things that helped me when I needed to diamond paint with my non-dominant hand. And well, maybe something has happened to you that prevents you from diamond painting with your dominant hand. And maybe these tricks or things that I do can help you as well. So that's why I made this video. So what happened? In the beginning of May, I got a shoulder injury, which prevents me from diamond painting with my dominant hand, which is my left hand. One small caveat, I am able to do things with both hands. So opening containers and things like that for your drills. So if you really can't move your arm at all, that's one thing to pay attention to as well, but that's not what this video is about. What I'm going to talk about here is how you can optimize diamond painting with your non-dominant hand. So I couldn't diamond paint with my left hand anymore, and I really don't use my right hand for much. I don't have a lot of strength in there because I'm used to doing everything left-sided. That's how I got my injury. Okay. So what I did is, well, I was a bit frustrated at first and thought, well, I can't diamond paint for the coming months. And then I thought, well, I can try right on my right hand side. So my non-dominant hand. And what I did was I just started with my normal diamond painting pen. And when I placed them, I was very unsteady like this. So I got immediately frustrated. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I took my pen that normally I hold it like this and I went way down. So I held it and I even touched the single placer like this. So as close to the point as I could, and I start placing it like that. That was the first thing I did. And it went really, really slow. So what I decided to do is I started working on my Josephine wall, which is really confetti heavy and is a round, so I can only single place. So just to keep it easy for yourself, start with single placing rounds because those are most easiest to pick up and to place the way you won't go insane because there's not a straight line. So that is what I would do first. So pick your pen like this, very close to the bottom to steady yourself, to steady your hand, and place it like that. I'll put a clip in here how I did that. So that's how I started, but still with the large diamond painting pen, it felt a bit wobbly. So what I did was I went online and searched for other diamond painting pens and I ordered two. The first one was this one. And you hold it like a doorknob, like this. So you, instead of holding it like this, like a pen, you hold it like this. So you place your drills like this. And I got this one at StyloDecoBois. So if you're in Europe, that's a French pen turner, but you can find them on Etsy, I think, as well. And I know Jaded Gem Shop, she has, well, they're not exactly like this, but this solo place, I call them a solo placer. I don't know what the other name for it is. So I started doing this, still single placing on my Josephine Wall round diamond painting. Okay, then another one came in that I had also ordered, and that's this one. Look, this is a normal size. You see, it's a mini. And these both come from SesPlusBeauxaTours, which is also in France, because I live in France. But these are just mini diamond painting pens. You have them with other companies as well. You should just look on Etsy. And the thing is, because it's so small, it's really steady. So with this one, I started with the 4-placer. Just the time frame, the first 2 weeks, I only single placed rounds. Then after I got these pens in, I started with this one, and very soon after that I could do I could use the 4-placer on this one. This one, for me personally, was still a bit difficult because you hold it totally different. And I'm so used to using a pen grip that for me personally, this is nicer to do, but maybe for you, this is an option. Okay. So now I was still single placing rounds and occasionally a 4-placer, but with Josephine Wall you don't get to place a lot of 4s because it's so confetti heavy, but you get the idea. Pick a round diamond painting, start single placing just to steady your hand. And after 2 weeks, and I diamond paint almost every day, guys, after 2 weeks, my hand got steadier. So the frustration, keep hanging in there, guys, it goes away. The frustration was way less. It wasn't away because I know how I usually place, but I was okay with my placement. Okay, so after 2 weeks, I was like, I want to work on a square. And I was working on my passion project. There will be an update on my passion project next week, but at that time, so in May, I had just started it, but I was already 2 rows in per diamond painting. A passion project, in case you don't know what that is, it's where I work on multiple diamond paintings at one go within a specific theme. There's a whole playlist. I'll put a link in the description box below. But going back to a diamond painting that I was already working on, where I consider myself a really neat placer, but okay. And then continue placing square drills with my non-dominant hand, I would immediately get frustrated because it wouldn't look as nice. So what I recommend is get a whole new diamond painting for your squares to start working with your non-dominant hand. And I did, and for me that was my Kat Fedora from Jaded Gem Shop. I have done a full review on my channel last week. I'll put a link up in the eye so you can go and check it out if you like that one. But I have it here, so I will show it. So I just started a whole new diamond painting, and I started with single placing and then continued on till I could multi-place, and look, I'm really happy with my placement, and this has all been done with my non-dominant hand. So if you want to know more about this specific painting, go to that full review where I show you unboxing till finish. Everything about this diamond painting is in that video. But because you do a totally new diamond painting, there is no frustration or comparison about how you used to place with your dominant hand. So first of all, there's the enthusiasm to start on a new diamond painting. That's always great. But second of all, you give yourself some grace and space to learn to work with squares, because squares with your non-dominant hand and not so steady hand is more difficult. Now, the first 2 weeks were really hard, and then my hand got steadier. Then I started squares, multi-placing squares with the 4-placer. This is my go-to diamond painting pen for my non-dominant hand. But now I even paint with a normal pen, with a 7 placer. And my latest trick, and this I'm only doing since the last couple of days, a 15 placer. Yes, I can now use a 15 placer with my non-dominant hand. I don't fill it up all the time until 15. And the ones who've been on my channel are like, how can you even place 15 drills in a go? Because you usually do confetti heavy diamond paintings. But I'm working on Barefoot Beach, and that has a lot of color blocking. And I will show you how I work with this with my non-dominant hand. So I'll insert a clip here. So you see, guys, just stay with it. Give yourself some grace. It will work out if you just stay with it. So, just to recap, if it happens to you, start with your pen that you already have, but go way, way, way down, as steady as possible, and start there, just to get your hand steady. Single placing on a round diamond painting. Then, eventually, go up to a 4 placer. If you can get a pen like this, I would highly recommend it because it's so much easier. Otherwise, just do a 4 placer in here. And please don't go immediately to 7 because 4 really is much easier. Go with the 4 placer on your round. You can go with a 7 placer on your round. Depends on what kind of diamond painting you work on. And then I would recommend a week or 2. And as soon as you notice that your hand is getting steadier, because you will notice it, I promise, then go to squares. Because squares, you immediately get punished if you don't place them correctly. So don't bother with the squares until your hand is steadier. As said, this one might help as well. Depends on the kind of injury that you have. For me, it was just my shoulder. So with my other arm, I can do whatever I want. Maybe you're more, you don't have strength at all. So then this is easiest to do because it's another position. And then once you get to the squares, just know that you're a bit slower. But just take your time. Again, start with single placing, then 4 placing, then 7 placing, and eventually you can get there. And to be totally honest, guys, with my dominant hand, I almost never use a 15 placer. So I'm just showing off. No, really, it's the Barefoot Beach. I think it's the 2nd diamond painting ever that I use a 15 placer. My go-to with my dominant hand is a 7 placer, and my go-to with my non-dominant hand is the 4 placer. Right, guys, I hope you found this video, this short video, helpful. And even also because if you're like me and you diamond paint a lot, it's good for your body to alternate between the two. So maybe even if you don't have an injury yet, or let's hope that never happens, it's great to do it as an exercise. Just change it up a bit. See how, and you know what the fun thing is? You get good at it really quickly. Just get through those first 2 approximately weeks and you're good. And now I'm like, okay, even when my shoulder's better, I'm going to alternate between the two just to keep it even and balanced within my body. Well, do with this what you will. I'll put the product information below. I'll link both these pen turners. Guys, I have no affiliates. I don't do affiliates here on my channel. It's just that I recommend them because I'm really pleased with them. And or look for these kinds of smaller diamond painting pens on Etsy or wherever you are in the world. Because these smaller things, it's so much, which is logical because you're closer to the canvas, so it's easier and steadier. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, I hope you give me a thumbs up on your way out. And if you've got any suggestions, tips, or questions, leave them in the comments below. I would love to answer, help if I can, and otherwise maybe other people in the comments can help each other out. If you have a diamond painting small business where you turn these pens, or if you know a company that does, you can leave that in the comments as well, because let's help each other out. And well, I hope you all are healthy and stay healthy, and that you don't have physical injuries that you need this video. But otherwise, just know that you can still diamond paint, hopefully, if you've got an injury like this that isn't too, because guys, okay, there are limits, I know, but it's just to give you an idea. Okay, I've rambled enough. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.